Hello driver, welcome to this LNER service to London King's Cross. Please open the doors, set up the ETS in the rear cab and set up your cab ready for departure. So we're in Leeds on the Leeds Lines, available on alanthomsonsim.com. So press T to open the doors, switch to the rear cab. There's a 158 going out to York from Preston. Set up the ETS. So train supply, click. Is that clickable? Oh, this one. Train supply on. Go back to the other cab, set it up as usual. So insert master key, reverse to neutral. Reset the AWS. Apply a bit more brake, go outside, set up the headlights. Like that. And we have a nice claggy HST. Even though these aren't in service anymore with LNR. So this scenario is called 1 Alpha 33 1345 leads to King's Cross. I think it comes with the route. So hello driver, please set up your ETS in the rear cab. Set up your cab and release the doors ready for departure. This should be a straight run down to Doncaster, stopping at Wakefield Westgate only. Keep to the speed limit and enjoy this sunny afternoon drive south. We're calling at Leeds, Wakefield Westgate and Doncaster. Okay, so the next stop is Wakefield Westgate in 10 miles. So release the brake and power to notch 2. Wait for the brake to release. Like so. Oh yeah, that sounds really good. So departing Leeds, the speed limit is 25 miles an hour and we have about 10 miles to Wakefield Westgate. Oh yeah, if you couldn't already hear, we're in the VP185 HST. When EMR used to be in trains. When EMT kind of loaned some of their power cars to LNER for some reason. So accelerate the train up to 20 miles an hour. Or 25. So the next station we'll pass through will be Outwood, and then Wakefield. So yeah, I forgot to put the branding back in, so you just have a completely blank power car. So we have 43061 on the front and the 43075 on the rear. I think the person who made this kind of forgot to switch the power cars around because the driver is at the rear end. So the line to the right goes to Ilkley and Keighley and Bradford and Skipton. And we continue on towards Wakefield. The line towards Huddersfield and Dewsbury should also come off and go underneath us. And the line to Bradford interchange is on the right, I think. Speed limit is now 30 miles an hour. Speed limit is also going up to 40 miles an hour. Speed limit is now 40 miles an hour, so we can accelerate to that as we come off the line towards Huddersfield via Dewsbury. So just put the power back so we don't end up exceeding 40 miles an hour. There's also a neutral section here, which doesn't really apply to us because this is a diesel train. Speed limit now 60. Oh yeah, just took out all that clag just bellowing out the engine. What am I on? God, the track makes it really hard to find the mouse cursor. So, passenger view, we're nowhere near the power car. So speed limit now is 75. What if I can move anywhere else? I can get a little closer to the power car, but not much closer. I mean, I could do this, which isn't really the same. Take a quick screenshot. So as I said, the next station will be Outwood, and then after that will be Wakefield Westgate. So I've already done a run in the opposite direction between Doncaster and Leeds twice, once in a 322 and the other time in 91. So just going in the opposite direction. So I haven't played this scenario before, so I don't know what's going to be in it. Hopefully something exciting. So we just wave our way up the East Coast main line towards Doncaster. Then the next driver will take the train to King's Cross. So leaving the tunnel, we have about 5 miles left to Wakefield. Speed limit is now going up to 85 miles an hour. Just wait for the engine to build up. Like that, and then just watch all the cloud come out. So just accelerate the train up to 85 miles an hour until the speed limit goes down. You know, we should be stopping at Wakefield in the next couple of minutes. Yeah, I would have some more interesting things to say, but I've already recorded a video for today, and I can't really think of anything to commentate on, other than how good the HST sounds, and how much they will be missed. I mean, the only place you can find the HST around here is the cross-country ones. This is Outward Station. So just trying to find the timetable so I can remember all the stations, because I've forgotten them all. So speed limit is going down to 35, then down to 45 just before we get into Wakefield. So I think the train will just coast down to 75, even though we might need a tiny bit of brake. Speed limits are 75 miles an hour as we go around this curve. So at Wakefield, I'm aiming to stop at the end of the platform. I should also point out that the thing about these VP185 engines is that the formation, instead of being formed of 9 coaches, the train is formed of 8 coaches. CD202 from Doncaster to Leeds, stopping at all stations. So step 3 brake application, just to bring our speed down to 45 miles an hour. Maybe a bit harder. This is Wakefield Westgate. So ease brake a bit. I have milk cartons for some reason. The treble 99p. Probably from a 7 menu. I must have broke a bit too quickly. Or harshly. So Wakefield's other station, Wakefield Westgate, is just straight on and to the left. And arrival into Wakefield Westgate. Give her a good thrash on the way down to Doncaster and enjoy the signals and sounds of the Yorkshire countryside. Alright, I can do that. Rudder to forward, brake release, power to notch 2. Might be better to do this outside. Wait for the brake to release. Yeah, speed limit is also 35, leaving Wakefield. So the next station is Doncaster in about 20 miles. And about 20 minutes. So land to the left joins up with Wakefield Westgate. And we continue straight on towards Donny. Speed limit is now 50. Oh yeah, how long did it take people to notice that that's a clock? It took me a while. That's a lot of smoke. So I generally accelerate the train up to 50 before ripping it up to 100. So speed limit is now 90. Surely going up to 100. Cool. Do it again. So if I go down here. So accelerate the train up to 100 miles an hour, then just coast to Doncaster. So that station was Sandal and Agbrick. Next station is Fitzwilliam. So hopefully it should be greens all the way to Donny, where we join up with the main East Coast main line from York and Edinburgh. So in terms of frame rate, I'm getting about 30, 40, 50 FPS. So it runs really smoothly, just like all routes from ATS. Yeah, the train really does take its time to get up to speed. Definitely not as powerful as a 91. This is Hare Park Junction. So yeah, I really do like this route. In real life, I might have been down here. I think I might have been down part of it. I remember getting like a 322 from like a station between Wakefield and Doncaster into Doncaster for a change. I've definitely been to Leeds. I've been to Leeds a lot of times. And I have done the section between Wakefield, Kirkgate and Huddersfield and Leeds and York via Garforth. So I am familiar with the part of the UK. And you're already speeding. So coming up now is Fitzwilliam Station. So we have Fitzwilliam, South Elmsall, Ardwick, Bentley and Doncaster. So it's a nice little route. It's a nice drive. So trains that come down here, you have LNER trains between Leeds and King's Cross. You have the daily return from King's Cross to Bradford. What do you have? You have the Northern train between Doncaster and Leeds. Between between Wakefield and Leeds, you have the trains to Sheffield and all the other traffic from Kirkgate that go through Westgate into Leeds. And I'm not quite sure about freight. Like, what freight comes on here? So yeah, it's a fairly busy route. So the last train we passed was a 322. The next train should be an LNR train. Yeah, the thing about scenarios during the day is that it kind of looks all washed out and horrible. That's why I like making scenarios that are like either in the morning, like sunrise, and like evening and sunset. So 10 miles to Doncaster. So yeah, the reason why I'm doing a default scenario is that I didn't really have time to make one. Because this morning, well, Thursday, the day before this goes out, I spent the day kind of recording the one with the 47s. Because Windows decided to update itself, which caused my graphics card not to be used in Train Sim. So I just had to fix that. Then I have to re-record it. I think the video is like 14 minutes long. So I could record this tomorrow, but you know, I have the house to myself while my other family members just do stuff outside. This is Fitzwilliam Station. Oh, was that South Elmsall? Which one was that? Yeah, that was South Elmsall. Next one is Adwick. So by the time we're watching this, I think this video goes out before or after the PS5 launch. Well, not really a launch, it's more like an unveil. So I have seen the look of the PS5 on the internet and it looked really weird. I mean, I have no real interest in Sony. I mean, I like Sony as a company, just not interested in the PS4. Even though I have seen, like, Uni did let me know about a MMU exclusive placement with Sony. I applied to it because I read the job description and it's pretty much like YouTube, where you edit videos to talk to people, like stakeholders and other business people about stuff. That's a horrible explanation. So hopefully I should hear from them soon. Also on the job description it said experience working to deadlines, because isn't that pretty much the entirety of university? Because at uni you have to get your work done by a date, and if you don't you get penalised. I also said that I have to, or it would be beneficial if I had experience with like Photoshop for like thumbnails and things. I mean, I don't use Photoshop because I can't afford it, so I just use Paint 3D that comes with Windows 10. It's not the best software, but I make it work. Well, it works. I think this is Adwick Junction. So Doncaster in 4.5 miles, due in at 14:14, even though our ETA is going down. I wonder what we'll see at Doncaster. I wonder what they put in Doncaster Yards. This is Adwick Station. I wonder why AP didn't put in a DRA on this. Because it seems kind of weird that they omitted a DRA. Like, they put in a DRA in the MTU version, but they didn't put one in this one, which is strange. So 3 miles to Doncaster. So one last pass by before we enter Doncaster. Also, speed limit is going down to 70, then 100, then 40. So this is Bentley Station. So in Doncaster we are due into platform 1. Our ETA has now gained by about a minute. So quickly just slow down to 70 miles an hour, and then release the brakes a bit, and then slow down to 40. Then 25. So this is where we join the main East Coast main line from York. The line from the left joins from York and Selby. I hope the 91 is going to Leeds. Like, imagine how terrifying it must be when you cross over a junction and then a train is coming right back towards you and you can't really decide if it's going in the same direction as you. So this is Doncaster. I've been here many times, and it's an amazing station. So Doncaster Works, what's in there? At the moment I can't see anything. So on the left is platform 0, one of the stations in the UK to have a platform 0. I can see in Azuma in the back a pair of 322s. Yeah, I wonder why the left Doncaster Works empty. Also, what's wrong with the junctions? They don't really appear correct. So this is Doncaster. I'm aiming to stop at the ends of the platform. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed me taking this HST to Doncaster from Leeds. Subscribe for more train sim content. Like the video if you're so inclined. Follow me on Twitter for future video updates. Check out my Twitch for live streams. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next video when I stop. So aiming to stop around here. So arrival into Doncaster.